She has corrupted nails. Her nails are like overgrown and it's painful to walk. By far the oldest animal. Like, dude, her eye's huge. I'm like, oh, that's a leopard gecko. Her eyes are just big. Her other eye has a little bit of like a funny looking thing to it. The animals aren't like cats and dogs. You can't just throw them in a room with a little light, with some soil, and feed them every day. You can't. What up, fam? Welcome back to another episode, guys. How is your day going? Yo, today we got an epic episode, guys. We're gonna be rescuing some crazy cool animals. All right, guys, we're here at Walmart for the Tortoise. We gotta get some food, some nice clean vegetables for her as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna talk a bit more. Let's go. All right, water fam, I'm also in the cleaning section because I gotta get some spray bottles for this chlorhexidine. I think we're gonna get like something like this right here. This is chlorhexidine, bro. I need to be able to spray this enclosure down and get everything nice and sanitized. All right, water fam, we're back in the zoo and we got all the essentials. All right, guys, we got all the bags and everything from Wally World. We got some lettuce, some kale. We got some spray bottle right here for the chlorhexidine so we can clean these enclosures. So without further ado, let's go. All right, y'all, so for the chlorhexidine bottle, we got it right here. I'm gonna grab this chlorhexidine and we're gonna actually add like a little bit of the solution because we need to have it watered down a bit. It's a little too strong for it to come straight out of this bottle. So guys, I think this solution might actually be enough right here. I don't wanna make it too strong. I know I said halfway, I don't know why I said that, but we're gonna fill it up. We're gonna see, I'm really just going for the color of it. It needs to be like a lighter blue, like almost like Windex. This right here is like a really dark Kool-Aid. So we're gonna like lighten it up a bit. Where did I put? I don't know where I put my lid at. Bro, where did I put the, okay. Let me retrace my steps. Spin a couple times. All right, I think I found it. This is it right here. So, where's my okay, here's my chlorhexidine. All right, here we go. This is the nice solution. As you guys can see, it's like a light blue. You get this whole new enclosure all mixed down and A-okay, and it's gonna be nice and clean. Spray it a bit for it to get that. There we go. I'm gonna mix this whole thing down just to get anything out. I don't know where this enclosure has been. Mind you, this isn't my animal. So I just, oh my goodness. Now mind you guys, this pond is not gonna be housed, well, she's not gonna be housed in this pond, probably for only about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm gonna house her in here. Right after those 2 or 3 weeks, I will be moving her into her big old forever home. So stay tuned for that. Build, like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on those post notifications so you'll be notified when we do build her permanent giant home. All right, you guys, so the pond is all nice and sterilized. It's nice and clean. It smells good now. So we're gonna be adding some special soil into this pond. So now when we put the tortoise back inside, they will be able to burrow, be able to make little hides, be able to like live like how a tortoise is supposed to. So without further ado, let's go. A base for the soil gonna allow this thing to be really cool to dig in. That's a lot of soil, right? Put that right there. We got a 50-pound bag of paver soil right here. Well, we got a 50-pound bag of paver sand right here. Just like that. So we tear it open. Now, you pour it all in there. This is like a holding agent. So when you mix the two together, just like that, I'll be able to go like this. You make a nice burrow. So we're gonna do this around the whole enclosure, just like this. Spread it all around. Mixture of soil and substrate. Allow this animal to burrow. Allow it to dig. Allow it to have a lot of humidity in here as well. This animal won't have anything wrong with its scoots, and they'll be able to live out like how they would in the wild. Because if you don't know, most tortoise species love to burrow. So we kind of got to replicate that in captivity. It's my job as its keeper to be able to make sure that it can live its best possible life. So now these slates, I'm gonna add one right here. Trying to like push it down a bit. But what these slates allow is you want to feed your tortoises on them. Because when you feed your tortoise on these slates, it allows their beaks to get filed down and their nails as well, because they're eating and they're basically just gnawing at this rock, right? So the reason with this one, he didn't have that in his previous home. So that's why he has that overgrown beak, which is very bad for him because if it grows too much, they might even stop eating altogether. So shout out to the lady for giving me all these goods. We got a couple of not late boxes, a couple of things. Get some old plants. I'm not gonna use these, don't need them. A little hide right here. Tortoise is too big for that, but we're gonna use it for the leopard gecko. We're gonna get. This is probably a part of her humid hide as well. That right there. Check it out. So we have this big old box. The tortoise can go in there. It's probably her little hide. We're gonna clean this thing up, get chlorhexidine all in there, clean it all up, and make sure it's good to go. So now because I have other animals, I need to make sure this stuff is sterilized. I don't want any bacterial infections or anything. I'm not saying that these animals are really dirty, but I'm saying I have to take precaution as another reptile keeper who have exotics. I'm gonna make sure that my animals are gonna be safe as well. All right, you guys, so I want her to feel a lot more at home, so I have a big old cactus plant that we're gonna be putting in here as well. Just earlier on, when I was moving all the animals inside, I was wondering, I was like, bro, I have a huge cactus plant, so I'm wondering where I can put it. But now this makes the perfect home for this cactus. All right, you guys, so just like that, now it is time to set up the basking spot for the new enclosure, because these guys need their basking spot pretty hot. All right, we're still getting this thing bubbled. All right, water fam, so you guys finally see that we got the basking spot all nice and good. I gotta temp it once it gets warm enough. I'm gonna get a temp gun and literally check it. Make sure that it's at 100 and so degrees. That's what the tortoise is like it at, apparently. So we're gonna make sure that is all good. I'm actually gonna get a heat mat as well and put underneath for hot. Whew. Now you guys, it's time for the hard part. We gotta really take care and inspect these animals. We gotta inspect them at the best of my ability. I got a couple of things that we gotta talk about as well. Man, I am like absolutely kind of bummed out for this guy or girl. Well, this is a girl. So guys, I need a name for her in the comments down below. But this animal literally has a beak. His nails are kind of overgrown. It's sad. He has a little bit of parameeting. And it's just because like they don't have the correct diet. Maybe they got the tortoise and it was already like this apparently. I don't really know the backstory on the tortoise and how they got it. I just know that they dropped it off in my zoo, man, and it is something kind of sad, you know? So we're gonna get this tortoise and the other lizard as well. We're gonna talk about that one as well. We haven't even gotten down there, but I'm gonna talk about these animals a little bit more. I hope I can educate you guys so y'all don't run down the same path as these people did with their tortoise. Before we set her up here, I'm gonna pat this animal down and dry her up all nice and good. And this tortoise right here has a beak. I'm actually gonna tell you guys on how to kind of work with it. Her shell isn't too bad. Well, the parameeting is kind of bad. Bro, these animals go through so much, dude. It is truly sad. I'm gonna trim these nails as well so she can be able to work them. I see she has movement in all her arms. These on right here. Yeah, they look kind of good, okay. All right, you guys, so for their beak, they said you want to make sure that they're out all the way like this, and basically scratch her back right here. I'm sorry, kid. Rod or something like that. So on her nose. Beak fall down for you. You can eat all the greens you want after this, okay? All right, you guys, we finally added the tortoise inside of his new enclosure, you guys. This is so dope. It's really cool. I think he's trying to eat a piece of lettuce right now. But it's super hard for him to eat because he does have a beak, and it is just not something that's super duper cool. And I followed it down as much as I could, followed his nails as much as I could. You don't want to do it too fast. I will eventually do it more and more. But this is what this guy has to basically start out with. And it is so sad. All right, y'all, so now I'm cleaning out the leopard gecko's enclosure. Just use the same solution, chlorhexidine. We're gonna finish cleaning this. And I got some bad news about the tortoise and its health updates. So we're gonna be covering that in today's episode as well. If you get reptiles, know how to take care of them, okay? That's bottom line, bro. Either don't know how to take care of them and learn that day, that hour, and get it together, bro. All right, like I said, we're gonna spray this 2 times so we can get everything out get it really, really clean because this is still in my reptile facility. So I need all this stuff to be nice and clean with no issues. So, both of your animals are sick with both potential bacterial infections. This is really bad, guys. Like, know your animals, know their care, know the humidity that you need. You know, like, come on, let's get it together, guys. Like, it's not that hard. Before you get it, if you get it and you know you can't take care of it, rehome it, bro. It's just that simple. Now, mind you guys, I had leopard geckos just like this one right here growing up as a kid. I got my first one at the age of 6. That's really what kind of sparked and let me down more into this rabbit hole of keeping reptiles. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for now. I'm gonna put her inside of her little Tupperware. Check her out. I'm gonna pick her up really gently. This animal is literally so cool. She is around 17 years old, 6 or 17 years old, I think. This guy is old. So they don't know the true age. When they first got her, she was 17 years old or something like that. So now I don't know how old she is. She is just a big old leopard gecko. Check out those eyes though. So that is where the infection is. And one eye right there. This is so sad, bro. And then the other one has an infection as well. And I'm gonna need every single last one of you guys in the comments down below to pray for my girls. Check her out. This kid does not deserve to be in pain, you guys. Literally, look at that eye, bro. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. You know, it's gonna be a challenge to get every single animal under control and get these guys nice and healthy. You know, she's pretty alert, but she isn't. Her eyesight isn't 100%. Like I said, this animal is 17 years old, so it's gonna come with a lot of different problems down the road. But I'm gonna take great care of this girl. I'm gonna give her all the nice space that she needs. This will probably be upgraded to a 40-gallon enclosure once she is fully healed. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade her. We're gonna get her all set up. It's gonna be dope. So stay tuned until turn on those post notifications. The animals aren't like cats and dogs. You can't just throw them in a room with a little light, with some soil, and feed them every day. You can't. It's more to it. They're reptiles. They need proper light. They need to be misted. They need certain kind of water. They need certain kind of vitamins. You know, they're literally like toddlers, like little itty babies that are so fragile. Because if you mess up stuff, and I give a water monitor the driest area, you know, and I don't give it water, I don't give it a big water bowl, and I don't give it the proper diet. Let's say I was feeding them some vegetables, feeding them some bananas. Let's say he eats it, right? But is that the right nutrition for the animal? Will that animal go on to live a great life? You know, will he be able to live to the best of his capability? The answer is no, guys. I'm sorry.